All right, to start our recording. So, firstly, good morning, everybody. I trust you guys are doing good, and you guys are fine and all. So today we're going to be looking at XAUUSD, planning like to trade across like the whole week and all that. So yeah, stay tuned with me as you basically get to break down all of these things in the market and all. Alrighty, let's recording has started. Anyways, good morning, everybody. My name is Akunda Oluwatoyosi, and I'm the CEO and founder of Good Early Deals, and also like your lead analyst. So today we'll be looking at gold first. It's not going to be a time wasting thing. It's going to be maybe 10 minutes or less. A quick one. So for me first, we've had market, creating like a push-up momentum that we've had for like the past few weeks. We've had series of buy trades and all that. And then right now, earlier on Friday, we had market first of push down structure around here. Now, upon pushing down structure, your market, pushed up price here and then, pushed down back. And later on, pushed up price here again and continued the sell momentum all the way down. Now, upon continuing that sell momentum, as you guys can see, it created a break of structure below this higher low that is here. So this higher low that is here, if I were you, I simply would just drag out this cursor. Once I drag out that, hold on, I simply would just drag out this. Drag out this and mark out this region. So let's mark out this region. That is here. So once you mark out that region that is there, once you mark out that region that is there, automatically you already know that okay, this is the area that you're going to be watching out for. Now, first of all, we had to break out below this area. So upon market breaking this area, it actually retested back all the way up, right? So for me, I think it sort of makes sense to look at buy opportunities first off, but then the sell opportunities are inevitable. So because market broke structure of this area, you sort of would expect XAUUSD to have like a continuation of that same downtrend. Do you get what I'm saying? So for me, I'll still expect it to. It depends on the area that you now want to mark out for your entry and all. Now, once you've seen this area, that okay, this area now we already know that okay, it's giving sell confirmations and all that. Now, it doesn't mean you have to now leverage too much on the sales, but then what we can visibly see here is sell opportunities. So I haven't seen that it has broken structure below this area. Broken structure retested back here and all that. Now markets, is trying to like push down price maybe, but then we can see that there's sell opportunities there. So if I were you, I'll come to time frame that is divided by two, which I usually say is the 4 hour. So upon coming down to the 4 hour time frame, so it's either coming down to the 4 hour time frame. It's either you begin to look for possible sell areas. Now, what do I mean by that? So for me, I would expect, I would still count that a bit and see if gold pushes down price. Right now, if you notice that you're trying to retest this particular area, so if gold should push down price enough to like say around this area, and then we have a retest back up to this region, around like 30, 10.71, you can now say you want to take sell opportunities all the way down. But your TP1 area would be here. And your TP2, if you ask me, would be around maybe like here. This would be your TP2, around 29.49. After that TP2, the TP3 area for sales will be like down here. But since we have a break below this area, since we already have a break below this area and all, a proper retest a proper retest around that zone will be good. Once we have a proper retest around here, you can now go for like sell opportunities and all that. Are you hear me? So now once you've already refined and though, you can now begin to look for like sell opportunities around that area and whatnot. So because you've been able to like refine your entry. So it's not so you can always find a way to obviously move your stop losses and all that. So once you've been able to like refine and all, then you can look at it and okay, this is like a sell opportunity for me that I want to bank on, or like a trade that I basically want to take the risk on it and all that. So for me, if we are able to get a proper break, like I said, market should push down price below. So once market push down price below and then we test back into this area around like 30.05 area, we can still are looking for like possibility of sell opportunities. You can go ahead and say, okay, you're looking for like, you can say you're looking for like gold sales and all. Do you get what I'm saying now? Why? Now, I don't want you over leveraging or risking too much because you were expecting sell move. But then you have to trade what you see and not what you feel. And what we can see currently is actually sell opportunities for XAUUSD. It's not far-fetched. What we can actually see currently are actually sell opportunities for XAU. But then we're not going to over leverage too much on it and whatnot. So it's either we have a break below that area. So once you have a break below this area, the market will test back. Then you can ask if you want to take like sell opportunities all the way down. And that's like pretty much it. Now, in a case scenario where market fails to basically continue to push down price, if we have a break above like 3060 area, so a break above this area would mean the market will still push up price a bit into the next relative high. And that's like pretty much it for gold. So for me, I'm expecting sell continuation. But if we do not get the sell continuation, the market continues to buy. A break above like a proper break and retest above 3060, I would be going for buy opportunities from there. And that's pretty much it. Now that brings us to GBP USD. I have a very long day today, so I won't really have time for chit chats. So for XAUUSD, that would be. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? Just say something in the. All right, cool, 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 cool. No problem. All right. So that brings us to the next thing, which will now be GBP USD. Now for GBP USD, you just come down to the 4 hour time frame first off. The 4 hour time frame allows you to see the overall trend of where the market is headed. Are you guys with me? So that way now you know you're constantly aware of what you are looking out for. And most people, like I always say, when they come into the trading space and all, they really just come without actually having a plan. And then at the end of the day, when you do not have a plan, you're just a ticking bomb. Eventually, you would fade. So you creating a structure for yourself actually helps you in like scaling and growing your ramifications. So I think for every young person out there, I think for every young person out there, I think it's very, very important that you build structure, have structure. It sort of would keep you in check and always help you and all that. It sort of would always help you, and all that kind of stuff. So that way you already have a structure for yourself. Yeah, so when most people come into like the trading space and all, they really don't have a plan. They're just there for being their sake, and then they're just there for let's see how it goes and all that. So I think it's very important that you know what you want and you're unapologetic about it. And every single day you work harder to create, something beautiful for yourself. And that's like pretty much it. So that brings us to that brings us to that brings us to GBP USD. Now for GBP USD, for me, I think market started pushing down price a bit. But nonetheless, we've had buy case scenarios. So if we're looking at it closely, market started pushing down price from here. right? So market started pushing down price from this area that was here, right? So since we've seen the market started pushing down price from this area all the way down, you can see that you can see that we've had like a downward movement. But nonetheless, like for me, it still looks like market might push down price a bit all the way down here, and then most likely we'll have a continuation of the buys. So now, how do we look at an entry? So the entry area for me would most likely still be now that we've had a break below this area, which could have been a higher low possibility. Now you come down to the 2-hour time frame, which is the time frame, the 4 hour divided by two, which is like the 2-hour time. Once you come to the 2-hour time frame, since we already have a break below this area, so for me, I would just randomly expect that market should push down price. I don't know if that makes sense to you. So for me, I'll be looking at possibilities of GBP USD sales. Now the sell area, you sort of would look at your TP to be around 1.2627253 region. That area pretty much. That's like an area where you'll be looking at for like possibilities of like your TP area. So for me, if you're going to be looking at the sell zone, you just take out the short position and then a break a break below that area that is there, as you guys can see it. So a break below that area, then you have that region there. The market to push down price and all. Then you drag this out. So effective exit can be somewhere around here. And all. So this is like a marked POI for possibilities of sales for GBP USD and all. So that's pretty much. So we're looking at XAUUSD possibility for sales, GBP USD possibility for sales. But nonetheless, you don't have to now be stubborn about it. But then you must wait for break and retest of this area. So for instance now, for me, I would be expecting XAUUSD, sorry, GBP USD to come down again from this area that it is. So if it should come down again like this now, so I'll be expecting it to come down. Once it comes down and all, the retest back into the zone, that's when me I'll now enter the sales all the way down. Pretty much that. That's the same thing for XAUUSD. So that way you have possibilities for like two different entries on like the trade setups that you can actually take and all that. And that's pretty much. So we're looking at possibility of sales, and we're also looking at for gold, we're looking at possibilities of the sales for gold, and we're also looking at an area where if market fails to sell and it starts pushing up price, we can easily take an entry from there and all. And that's pretty much it. So this new week, I think it makes sense that you sort of know what you want and the part that you are also unapologetic about what you want. And then, you set realistic targets for yourself and understand the fact that yesterday's wins doesn't usually guarantee today's own, but it's just a yardstick to know that, okay, you're on your A game and you know what you're doing and whatnot. So I think it's very, very important that, you have a plan and you have like a structure on how you want like your trading to go. And I need you to set a plan for yourself as a trader. Know the reason why you're actually trading, not because you just want to trade. Set a realistic plan and plan, you know, yeah, you can use strategy on crypto, yes. Plan the part where when you finally make this money, what do you really want to use the money for? The making of the money is usually the easiest part. Spending and managing that money is where a lot of problem is. And so many people usually don't know. So do not just focus your energy on making money alone. Also focus your energy on how do I implement those money when I actually start making them. And this new week you have to set realistic targets, be audacious, don't relent and all that, and believe so much in yourself because at the end of the day, I said every time that you can't give what you don't have. So if you want to be, in order for you to be able to help other people, you must help yourself. You can only do more for others when you've done more for yourself. So this new week, set realistic goals. Make sure that you do a lot of self-development, a lot of, skill acquisition for yourself, and a lot of, growth for yourself. Because when you have that, you can easily now do for other people and all. So I pray as you guys go about your new week that God continues to guide you guys, and then you find favor. And in as much as you guys need me, I also do need you guys. So I want you guys to please make sure that you stay safe. And I try to do that on my own end. So when you're going somewhere, I know you're all big men and all, but you can always let one person or two just know where you're going. All right. It's very important. And then lastly, um, we have our app. And our app is basically launching this month. I think sometime like the third week of this month. But definitely it will all be communicated on all of our platforms. And also we have like our first all these entries now, all these trades that I analyze for you guys. All these things we're going to send it into our Forex signal and our Dev signal. Yeah. And we'll just do the analysis and send all the trades there. Right. And last week we did about 1,000 points on Deriv, and then we did about relatively like about 2,500 pips in our Forex signal reminder. So it's an avenue for you to grow. All right. As if you met all the requirements, we would have added you. So you send a message, we'll check it, don't worry. So it's an avenue for you to grow. And if you want to get started with your trading and all too, you can visit our website at www.goodlearlydeals.com to get started and all. So safe guys. I'll see you guys next coming Monday for a new live session and all. So I don't do account management. If you're good enough, you manage your account yourself. You don't need anybody to help you to manage an account. So I'll see you guys next week, Monday, and bye for now and enjoy the rest of your week. Stay safe.